Look up at the night sky. What you see is an endless ocean of stars, galaxies, and dark void. It feels eternal, silent, and permanent, but it wasn't always here. In fact, everything you have ever known, every planet, every atom, and even time itself had a definitive beginning. 14 billion years ago, there was no space. There were no stars. There was absolutely nothing. Total, absolute darkness. And then, in a fraction of a microsecond, everything changed. This is the story of the Big Bang. Not just a simple explosion, but the violent, beautiful, and terrifying birth of our reality. How did we get from a cosmic nothingness to the complex universe we live in today? Wrap your mind tight because we are traveling back to second zero. Before the universe existed, everything that would ever become our cosmos was compressed into a single point. Scientists call this the singularity. Imagine taking the Earth, the Sun, all billions of galaxies, and crushing them down until they fit into an area smaller than a single subatomic particle. This point was infinitely small, infinitely dense, and unimaginably hot. Inside the singularity, the laws of physics did not work. Time did not exist. There was no before the Big Bang, because time itself hadn't started yet. It is a concept that human minds struggle to understand. The universe was waiting in a state of impossible tension. And then, the cosmic clock began to tick. Exactly 13.8 billion years ago, the singularity expanded. This was the Big Bang. It is crucial to understand that it was not an explosion in space. It was the sudden, violent expansion of space itself. In the first trillionth of a second, a process called cosmic inflation occurred. The universe expanded faster than the speed of light, growing from the size of an atom to the size of a galaxy in a heartbeat. The temperature was trillions of degrees. It was so hot that matter could not form. The newborn universe was a violent soup of pure energy and light. But as space kept stretching, it began to do something critical. It started to cool down. A few minutes after the start, the universe cooled down enough for the very first particles to form. Protons and electrons joined together to create the simplest elements in nature, hydrogen and helium. But then the universe went completely quiet. For the next 100 million years, the cosmos entered a period known as the Cosmic Dark Ages. There were no stars, there was no light. There was only a massive, cold, and silent cloud of hydrogen gas expanding into the endless dark void. If you were there, you would see absolute nothingness. But hidden in that darkness, gravity was quietly working behind the scenes. Gravity began to pull the massive clouds of hydrogen gas closer and closer together. In the centers of these clouds, the gas became tightly packed, dense, and hot once again. Suddenly, nuclear fusion ignited. The very first stars in the universe turned on, blasting brilliant light into the darkness. These first stars were massive monsters, hundreds of times larger than our sun. They lived fast and died in spectacular explosions called supernovas. These explosions cooked up new, heavier elements like carbon, iron, and oxygen, the vital building blocks needed to create planets, water, and eventually, life itself. Galaxies began to form, swirling like cosmic islands in the deep, dark ocean of space. Today, nearly 14 billion years later, the universe is still expanding from that original event. The echoes of the Big Bang are still around us, humming in deep space as a faint radiation that scientists can detect with modern telescopes. Every single atom in your body, the iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, was forged inside the singularity and cooked in the hearts of those ancient stars. You are not just living in the universe, you are a physical piece of it that has woken up to look back at its own creation. Space is a beautiful, terrifying mystery. If you want to continue exploring the deep secrets of our cosmos, subscribe to Factverse, hit the like button, and share your thoughts. in the comments below. What part of the cosmic creation story shocks you the most? Let us know. Until next time.